The confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 85,942. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 3,137. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 499, with total confirmed deaths at 50. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Ben McCain. It's Monday, June 22nd. The World Health Organization announced the highest single-day increase of new cases of the coronavirus on Sunday, with more than 183 new cases reported. Experts say the rise in case counts could be due to multiple factors, including more widespread testing as well as broader infection. Global infections surpassed 9 million today as Brazil and India grapple with a surge in cases, and the United States and China among the hardest hit countries to report new outbreaks. More than two-thirds of those new deaths were reported in the U.S. According to Johns Hopkins, the U.S. has the world's highest number of reported infections, with more than 2.2 million, and the highest death toll at nearly 120,000. It's not too late to get counted. That's according to the U.S. Census Bureau. While the deadline was months ago, officials say it's not too late to participate. Everyone in the U.S., regardless of status or concerns, should take the survey. So far, only 61% of Californians have been counted for, with a 57.8% response rate in Los Angeles County. In a final push to get Californians counted, the state launched a Census Week of Action campaign, hoping every resident will fill out the 2020 census survey. Governor Gavin Newsom, as well as local legislators, are encouraging the community to participate. The census takes place every 10 years. Information collected from the census survey determines allocation of federal resources for a variety of issues like hospitals, education, and transportation. Officials say if you don't take the survey, your communities could receive less money and be less prepared for future emergencies. While we've all been warned about the typical symptoms of COVID-19, health experts are cautioning the more unusual signs could appear as the virus manifests itself in the body. Doctors are suggesting that the SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, may actually be a master of disguise, presenting itself through symptoms that people may not typically associate with the virus. Those could include a mix of unusual symptoms like bloody diarrhea, abdominal pains, and nausea, while breathing is normal and no sign of a fever. Since the outbreak, the Centers for Disease Control have shared the common symptoms to look out for, which include fever, dry cough, aches and pains, headache, shortness of breath, and loss of taste. But now health experts are finding that if the virus enters cells in different parts of the body, it could create those unusual symptoms. The SARS-CoV-2 is said to bind to cells using a receptor called ACE2. This protein is present in many cell types and tissues, including the lungs, heart, blood vessels, kidney, and liver, which could explain why symptoms make their appearance in various parts of the body. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, symptoms can appear anywhere from 2 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. With summer here, what you won't find available to do with the family is take a cruise, at least anytime soon. Carnival Cruise Line announced today they will extend its sailing suspension in North America through the end of September. In a letter sent to cruisers and travel agencies, Carnival Cruise Line President Christine Duffy says during this unprecedented pause in our business, we have continued to assess the operating environment and align with public health, government, and industry officials and their recommendations. This comes on the heels of an announcement from industry group Cruise Lines International Association that member cruise lines have voluntarily extended the suspension of U.S. cruise operations until September to coronavirus concerns. CLIA's member line carries 85% of the world's ocean-going cruisers. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's no-sail order is scheduled to expire July 24th, and Canada has issued a ban on cruises in the country's waters through October 31st. Researchers are giving people one more reason to get off that couch and get moving. A new study published by the Journal of American Medical Association Oncology suggests that too much sitting can raise your risk for cancer. The lead author of the study, Dr. Susan Gilchrist, says this is the first study that definitely shows a strong association between not moving and cancer death. The study suggests that replacing at least 30 minutes of sitting with the slight, moderate, or vigorous physical activity can lower that risk. The study, which included more than 8,000 people, asked participants to wear a tracking device during their waking hours for 7 consecutive days from 2009 until 2013. Now, none of the participants had cancer at the start of the study, and after a 5-year follow-up, researchers found that most sedentary people had a 82% higher risk of dying from cancer compared to the least sedentary individuals, even after adjusting for age, sex, and disease status. Prior to the study, research showed more than 50% of cancer deaths were preventable through healthy lifestyle choices such as health, diet, exercise, and not smoking. But when it came to sitting and cancer, past studies had relied on self-reported behavior, not objective data, until now. But by asking participants to wear fitness tracking devices, the researchers were able to more accurately estimate the impact of exercise on the outcome. You can read the study at jamanetwork.com. 3 former California governors are joining Gavin Newsom in a video campaign to promote the use of face coverings to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. The PSA follows Newsom's order last week requiring all Californians to wear a face covering in most indoor and outdoor spaces when physical distancing isn't possible and in high-risk settings. The message is heard from former governors Gray Davis, Pete Wilson, Jerry Brown, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The message from the former governors is that nobody wants to wear a mask, but COVID-19 is still spreading, and stopping it is important to people, keeping people safe and reopening businesses and putting people back to work. A California rule created in April called $0 bail, which ended statewide on June 20th, is back for the county of Los Angeles. The controversial state policy allowed for people arrested for minor offenses to be quickly released without paying any bail. Law enforcement agencies reported in some instances suspects who committed crimes were arrested and released shortly after and then committed additional crimes later that same day. The zero bail policy was established as California jails and prisons cope with outbreaks of coronavirus among the inmate population. While the Judicial Council of California voted earlier this month with a 17-2 vote to end the $0 bail, the Los Angeles Superior Court decided to uphold the policy in LA County and will remain in effect until further notice. Several new businesses are coming to Torrance this year. The Community Development Department confirmed Hobby Lobby, a popular chain of American arts and crafts store, will open soon. With a little setback from the health crisis, the store is set to open at the former Toys R Us site on Hawthorne Boulevard. The 48,000 square foot store is said to bring upwards of 50 new jobs to the city, and the former Pier 1 Imports Furniture and Home Goods store will be replaced with a fast food chain, Raising Cane. You may have noticed demolition has already taken place. The fried chicken restaurant is also said to open late this year. Construction should begin soon as building permits are approved for the new fast food restaurant. And the former Costco site on Sky Park Drive is said to welcome a popular e-commerce facility. As news unveils, we will be sure to share it on the show. Torrance City Council members will meet on Zoom again Tuesday night. On this week's meeting agenda, Andrew Valverde, a local high school senior, will be recognized for being selected as this year's Gatorade California Boys Soccer Player of the Year. Plus, several members of the police and fire departments headed for retirement will be recognized for their many years of service to the Torrance community. The city's Community Services Department will ask the City Council to accept and file the Sister City Association and the Torrance Rosewood Association's report. Then Transit and General Services will recommend purchasing 4 new Ford Fusion hybrids and approve a contract to provide cleaning services for buses to ensure the highest level of cleaning and sanitization protocols are taken during COVID-19. And one of the biggest changes to take place this week will be shifting oral communications up to the beginning of the meeting. The public will be allowed to speak for up to 3 minutes each on any of the agenda items or topics of interest to the general public. 60 minutes will be allocated to this portion of the meeting. Tomorrow's meeting agenda is available to view online now. The community is encouraged to participate by emailing ahead or calling in at the appropriate time. You can do so by emailing council meeting public comment at torranceca.gov or call 310-618-2777. 2404. The meeting can be seen on Tuesday night beginning at 7, live on City Cable as well as over the air on Channel 25.2, online at torranceca.gov, Facebook, as well as on YouTube. Starting today, El Camino College will host weekly virtual workshops to support students' mental health. The Student Health Services is offering summer resources. Every Monday, they will have a workshop on restoring and healing the mind. Cultivate awareness, kindness, compassion, and joy. Today at 5 p.m., they are offering an understanding and coping with depression and anxiety workshop. Other workshops include Spanish language support group for students, coping with triggers and traumas. They will also offer free virtual nurse practitioner consultations and telemental health psychotherapy sessions. Head to elcamino.edu/student health services to sign up for services and to learn more. The YMCA of Metropolitan Los Angeles is reopening gym facilities that were closed due to the coronavirus beginning today. 26 locations in total are opening in phases with new health protocols in place to prevent further spread of the virus. YMCA officials say they are taking their time to do it right and has initiated a 3-phase plan that includes new operating protocols and staggered reopening of local branches. These safeguards and timelines provide a safe and effective way to welcome back members and staff. The first stage includes temperature checks prior to entry, exercise equipment spaced 6 feet apart, capacity and seating areas reduced to enforce social distancing, workouts limited to 60 minutes, one person per lane for lap swimming pools. All group exercise rooms, showers, and child activity centers will remain closed. The Torrance South Bay location is one of the 6 set to open today. More facilities are expected to open throughout the county in the coming weeks through mid-July. Pet adoptions have been significantly higher during this health crisis as many turn to animal companionship during this quarantine period. Pet Point, a software program shared by more than 1,000 shelters nationwide, reporting fostering and adoption rates up by more than 700% over the last year. Here locally, the Los Angeles County Department of Animal Care is offering to waive adoption fees in order to get their animals into permanent homes. Here's a view of some of the adorable pets up for adoption right now. Anyone looking to adopt must make an appointment to visit their local center as they are closed to the public during the health crisis. The closest one to Torrance is the Carson Gardena Animal Care Center on Victoria Street. You can go to animalcare.lacounty.gov to check out the animals ready for adoption. If pet adoption isn't something you can commit to, but you still want to help pets at the local shelters, we have the perfect solution for you. Through the end of June, the Petco Foundation is matching all donations made up to $25,000 to the Los Angeles County Animal Care Foundation. This could help save twice as many pet lives that are at risk for being euthanized. This will help the Animal Care Foundation maintain its life-saving work during COVID-19. Donations made will go directly to help these animals in need. The Petco Foundation grant is part of the organization's pledge to save pet lives during the health crisis by distributing $1 million in product and cash donations and putting out a national call to implore animal lovers to take action to help save animal lives. This commitment follows the Pet Foundation's recent distribution of more than 13 million animal welfare organizations nationwide. To have your donation matched, you can go to lacountyanimals.org/give and put Petco Grant where it says, please share why you are giving. Speaking of animals, don't be surprised if you see goats in Torrance. It's that time of year again, and they've officially arrived for their annual weed abatement in the city. The goats are helpful in clearing brush for fire mitigation purposes at different water properties throughout Torrance. They will clear the hillside at the Walteria Reservoir and also at the Old Elm Avenue Water Yard. There are close to about 200 goats on site and will be working for the next 2 to 3 weeks to clear the brush. Love a good goat story. As unique graduation events, drive-by diplomas, and social distance goodbyes take place this month, we want to continue celebrating our class of 2020 and your big milestone. Whether it's a preschool promotion or college graduation and every milestone in between, send us your photo at let us know what school you are graduating from. We'll be sure to share it on our show. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, we hope you had a great Father's Day weekend. I certainly did. For those of you who may have missed our show yesterday, we wanted to share a video of photo submissions by our community of great dads, uncles, grandpas, mentors, and father figures. Cheers to you. We hope you had a great day celebrating. Hope you guys had a great Father's Day. Like I said, I certainly did. That last picture was of my dad, and I think of him almost every day. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and reflect how Torrance truly cares. The Rotary Club of Torrance Del Amo celebrated local frontline workers across the city. The event was two parts. First, one-by-one cars drove into the Torrance South Bay YMCA parking lot and dropped off non-perishable goods for the food drive. They collected foods to be distributed to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the LA Harbors Family Weekend Wellness Program in partnership with the Torrance South Bay YMCA, and they hosted a fun community day. Organizers said 2 vans full of donations were collected, along with $500 in cash donations and gift cards. The second part included a gratitude caravan that took place. Decorative cars with thank you signs departed from the Torrance South Bay YMCA and drove by Torrance Memorial Medical Center first, Providence Little Company of Mary Medical Center, then Torrance Police and Fire Departments. What a great way for local organizations to partner in support of frontline workers and those in need. One of the many ways the community continues to show how Torrance cares. And just a note, donations are still being accepted. Now, if you have a great story or have photos or videos you'd like to share or just want to say hello, please email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. That's our update for COVID-19 Today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Hiba Samid brings you the latest updates. Stay connected and sign up for Torrance Alerts. You can also find us on YouTube and Facebook. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.